Hey everyone, Glissom All Designs here, and this is part 1 of the Hobbycraft 1/32 scale F-105D Thunderchief build. Now, this one's close to the heart to me because this is where my model career started. Back in the early 80s, my father and I put together my very first model, and it was a 1/48 scale Thunderchief. You know, back in those days, it was just glue and plastic. After it dried, I played with it till it broke. But the model seed was there, and after that, it was just more models, more glue, more paint, and it just blossomed from there. As I'm sure everyone out there can relate, just never threw anything away after that. The decals, anything extra with the decals, parts, whatever, it was there to stay. So this past Christmas, what did I find under the tree? You're looking at it. I haven't built a Thunderchief, since those early 80s, and this one is in 1/32 scale, so kind of come for a full circle in the career. So I was very, very happy to see this under the tree, and very excited to build this one here. So the day after Christmas, first thing I did was went on the internet, find out everything I could about this kit. And what I did find out is that this is an exact same mold or whatever copy is whatever you want to call it as the trumpeter kit. So that's kind of encouraging. Seems how all the aftermarket parts that I found says trumpeter on it, so it will fit into this. So that's rather encouraging. So I don't feel the need to do like an inbox review of this kit. So if you see the trumpeter kit out there, it's going to be the exact same copy as the Hobbycraft here. Except for the decals, which we'll get into in a second. So the decals for this kit aren't really the best, but luckily there's some aftermarket decals out there that are going to fit you just fine. So seems how I have the aftermarket sets coming in the mail here. I've just kind of skipped ahead in the instructions. Yeah, strange for me, right? But just kind of doing some non-damage kind of things that aren't really going to matter if I skip ahead, like some of the flaps here. I'm just putting these things together. These are little metal pieces right there I've installed. Now I assume these may be because the flaps can move. I don't know, or maybe just because you can pose them. But because I'm in no real big rush on this one, this is maybe more so for me. I'm just taking the extra time to sand it down, make it nice and smooth. A lot of these things you're not going to see, like this front piece here, and I got it really nice and smooth. But judging by some of these pieces, it's all going to be hidden. Now it says that this is supposed to be, you can option to have it 15 degrees up or not. But I got to do more research here because I'm not too sure why this would be 15 degrees just with these flaps or these, I don't know if they're air brakes or what. Maybe whoever knows the F-105 out there, these, I don't know if they're air brakes or something, they come up above the wings. It's hard to tell. They would be up above there, midway. Again, I'm going to have to do more research on this plane. So, but they sit, like there's a bunch of them here. So you got options there. Again, research. If anyone out there knows the F-105 and has an idea of, what those are, actually, they sit right there. Like 15 degrees, I don't know. It all depends on how I'm going to model or display this too, right? So there we go. So that's as far as I've gotten with those. Just built 2 of those. Just taking my time, sanding it, smoothing it, that kind of thing. Very happy to have this model though, again. There's the decal sheet for the Hobbycraft one. So they're not bad. I mean, it's an older kit, right? But I did find someone on the internet, on eBay there. I bought these ones here. This is for the G kit, the Wild Weasel, the 2-seater. Mainly, this does not come with the Hobbycraft kit. This would come with the trumpeter kit, the 2-seater. Mainly what I wanted was just like the stenciling decals, just to put all over the plane. Because the Hobbycraft kit doesn't really come with the stenciling, right? So that's kind of what I was after, is more so these type of decals. And of course the weapons decals for like the missiles and bombs and such, as where the Hobbycraft doesn't come with them. Now in Canada that cost me just under 90 bucks. Or would cost somebody. I got under the tree, but of course I researched it, so about $90 if you're in Canada. So, I mean, I guess if you were to buy the kit, you know, if go trumpeter, and then you'd get the better decals. I guess that would be the better way to go. But whichever way to go. If you're going to go aftermarket decals, then, you know, whichever kit you go for, the Hobbycraft or the trumpeter, and then, you know, whichever you feel is right. That's just what I did, because I wanted the aftermarket, or not the aftermarket, but the stencil decals. And then I just put the two halves together. You know, I took it off the sprues and just did got all the little pieces off, sanded it down. But I mean, it's a nice kit. It fits nicely. The little panel lines are all nicely recessed. You got the riveting details. I mean, if you're used to the HK kits with the B17s, having that same kind of riveting details and stuff, it's right up there. So, very nice fit. And I got some research books there. I want to get the walk around book. So there we go. I don't want this going too long, especially for it's just a part one, and I haven't really done too much to it. But there's obviously not too much about this plane on the internet either. It's like one of those forgotten beauties out there. So there's part one of the F-105D. Videos probably sparse on this because this is more of a personal build than like a collector or a museum build that I'm doing. So we'll see what happens with this one here, but just generating some interest and some nostalgia. So thanks so much for watching, and look forward to your comments on this one too, because this is the first jet I'm doing. It's first Vietnam era jet that I'm doing on this channel. So thanks so much for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe, and look forward to your comments. Thanks, guys. Bye.